First of all, congrats on your little bump.
Congrats on your little bump.
What about my bump?
You've got two nice ones.
They are kind of bumps, aren't they?
No, not bumps. The lovely lady lumps. Check it out.
Thank you. Thank you.
Are
You like the movie? Or
Everyone
digital?
wants to talk about the clothes, but I wonder if they would ask the men about the clothes.
I would.
I love Jesse's
He has some
suits and
beautiful.
how
That's what I'm
he
saying. His wardrobe was beautiful.
I know.
Corey's
Everybody.
wardrobe
I
was
know.
gorgeous.
He's
Those
so
high-waisted pants.
He's so great.
I wish men
I'm
wore
sorry,
high-waisted
too.
pants
I
like
know.
that still.
Me too.
Or their father with his tank top in bed.
It's so
Just
good.
like, it's just like
Did you
that.
catch
You could feel
the
it.
tablecloth on the light in the Italian restaurant when they eat spaghetti?
I didn't
in
notice
it?
that. No.
There's
Yeah,
so
I feel
much
like-
warmth of everything, you know.
Yeah, it's not just the women that have the clothes.
But
I feel like the women
Victoria-
get the conversation, but it's like
Yeah.
every detail with everybody.
But yeah,
it's so,
it was
so
amazing
beautiful.
to look at.
Steve's
And then to see
white
it.
suits.
Yes.
And then
What do you
know-
feel like is the biggest misconceptions about fame and Hollywood in general?
I think the idea that people think that they know you, I think because of the how intrusive media is these days, there's people care so much more about your personal life than they do your work, and if you aren't open with your personal life, then they just make it up for you and share it for you. So I think the biggest misconception I see often is people feeling like they know someone that they don't, because they know what the media has created of someone. And the disappointing thing is when you meet the people, they're always so much more awesome than they're portrayed to be. I mean, that's normally my experience. And even people that are portrayed to be really great people, they're just a lot more complicated and interesting and nuanced and caring and thoughtful. And that's always nice, you know, to see that your idea of someone isn't always who they actually are, but be pleasantly surprised.
Well, we're just, you know, inundated with a lot of material. You can be if you have the internet. Of, you know, reading about these people and thinking that you know them and all that, and it's like the spectacle of that, of what we do as actors, that has risen a lot more in the past decade than ever before. So, yeah, misconceptions, like, I think if you're rich and famous that you're happy is probably the biggest. And we see that, you know, fame and success is a burden as much as it is a blessing. That would probably be, you know what I mean? Like, I think people think, oh, if only I was recognized for what I do. If I had a job and I could walk down the street and someone would be like, you were great today at your job, you know, then I would be happy. But it's not, that's not the truth. It's, I don't think that makes someone happy.
So you don't like, are we swapping cards?
That's my phone. Hold on a second.
No, she wasn't saying she didn't like it. She was talking about, you asked what perceptions were, and she was saying that fame or success
There's
or
a
money
misconception.
doesn't equate happiness.
Yeah, no.
Happiness
but people,
equates happiness.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, guys.
Take care.
Most of us, if we're lucky enough to run into a celebrity in public, we only have a few moments to maybe speak with you guys. But for people who see this movie, who relate to the topics of this movie on a deeply personal level, they're really going to want to talk to you. This movie is going to affect people, and they're going to want to tell you about their lives. So if someone understands the themes of this movie, comes across you in public, and they want to really talk to you, what's the best way for them to be able to talk to you about this? How would you recommend they go about it?
Like asking for like my address or my phone number or like my location share. Or I could just location share you, and then we could. I'm just curious about
social security number.
I'm a Virgo, so I'm
Yeah.
like, are we talking logistics? Are we talking emotionally? I feel like this is a film that's important to be made because just as an actor, I'm not often given the opportunity to tell the story of a woman that really experiences the entire spectrum of female experience, or any human experience, you know? I was telling them that like when you experience pain or trauma or darkness or sadness, that's your character. Or if you're light and levity and love and joy and hope, then that's your character. You don't often see a woman that gets to be so multifaceted, because you don't often see messy women in film. And so to be able to be a woman who's contradicting herself, but yet it makes complete sense, and seeing the messiness of the human experience, I think is a beautiful thing to see, because it makes people feel seen and not alone. And I know that's how I felt when I read Lily.
Thank you
Lovely,
so much.
thanks so much.
So a lot of survivors of generational trauma and domestic abuse are going to see this film. I'm curious, what is the message that you hope that they take away from it?
I think that you are so much, and not to minimize it anyway, but you are so much more than just a survivor or just a victim. While that is a huge thing, you are a person of multitudes, and what someone has done to you doesn't define you. You define you, and what you have in you and what you're capable of and what you have done and are doing and will do is so much bigger than anything anyone else can do to you. And I think that is that feels like it's so empowering and rooting and grounding, and I hope that people see that, because this is a story that covers domestic violence, but it's not about domestic violence, it's about this woman.